Hey guys, it's Brad and the Buff. I got my buff on my head and I'm ready to go. Today I wanted to do a quick gear review of my Luxe minipeak. I did an unboxing on this when I got it over the summer, but now I got it out in use, and it's a perfect situation to give it a quick review in this video. The main reason I got my Luxe minipeak as opposed to my Megahorn is a much bigger tent. And that's fantastic. I've used it for 3 people inside with the hot tent. I've had 4 people without. I've used it a lot. It's a great tent. I haven't had any problems with it, but it does weigh about 9 pounds. This one weighs about 3 pounds, and that extra 6 pounds off gives me a lot more range to hike out in. So I wanted to reduce my weight. Let me take you around the outside real quick. You can see my stovepipe sticking out the back. It guy lines out to give you a lot of support from the top and the sides. Each corner has its own. You can stake in. I have mine buried here in the snow just to make sure I was insulated last night. But you can guy line out the sides, and it does stake in pretty easy with adjustable stakes. The inside here is just roomy enough. I can sit up in here, and I'm a taller guy, but you're basically going to be sleeping on one side. You got a little bit of room about up to where my hand is to stick some of your gear. And the other side, as you can see, I have it in here. You know, I have my gear over here. I've kind of angled the stove towards me at the tent pole, and then over here I kept my wood and any other gear. I was able to sit up. It's not like you have a ton of space in here. Let me get inside. I'll close the door so you can kind of see that. It wasn't like I would say that I was super duper tight, but at the same time, it's definitely snug. You know, so I'm sitting up right now, but I have to stay near the pole or my head is going to hit the side of the tent here. I got maybe 4 or 5 inches or so. So that's not too shabby. But, you know, I was pretty comfortable in here last night. I just mostly laid down while I was doing things. You know, I could kind of relax down and get into the stove from here and get my firewood. Once I stuck it, I'd just take a piece and put it in. For what I wanted to use it for, it's been perfect, which is just a lightweight way to get out for, you know, a night or two. If you had to spend a bunch of time in this thing, I think you would get a little cramped up. I was able to lay all the way out. My feet didn't touch the ends, which is important to me. I have a really long, I used the Thermarest Max, and it did a really good job for me. That's the rectangular version that is extra long and extra wide. So I didn't have any problem with like foot space or head space. I was able to lay down here and sleep comfortably without bumping the walls. You do have to be basically right next to the pole, but anyways, just wanted to give a quick review. It is exactly what I thought it would be. It's a lot tighter than the Megahorn, but that being said, it is a lot lighter. So if you want to travel light, this does work well for one person. If you want more space and the ability to move around and have a little bit more freedom, I would definitely recommend the Megahorn. That's the only 2 I have. I haven't tried the other ones. So I went with the smallest version basically, and then one of the biggest versions. But this is going to work well. I hope this helps you guys with any of the features or anything. See you next video. You know, something else I forgot to mention about the minipeak that I think is really important, and I hate to cut this in, but because it is smaller, it does heat significantly easier than the Megahorn, which means it's much more fuel efficient. You don't need to keep it cranked up all the time. You can keep it low, it'll still keep it pretty warm in there. That actually is a huge benefit that I should have mentioned in the main video, but I figured I'd tag it on in here while I was thinking about it. But you don't need nearly as much wood to keep it heated, and you can get it a lot more warm more quickly. It gets very hot in there if you want it to be. I mean, you can crank it how you want, but if you want it to be 80 degrees in there, you can get it to 80 degrees without too much effort. So it did help in the sense that I didn't have to collect as much wood, and that it was easier to keep the fire going all night, as opposed to in the Megahorn, all the heat goes straight up. But in the minipeak, it's pretty much right where your head is all the way to the ground. So that is a pretty big feature and makes it much more fuel efficient, which is also very nice. So I wanted to make sure I added that in this video. Hey guys, if you liked the video you just saw, please subscribe, click the bell so you can get alerted for any new videos that I may do, and check the links below for any information I described in the video. I'll try to put as much there as possible. Thanks for watching.